Hi, Gloria. Well, I thought I'd come on because I haven't put my video up yet. I did a DIY on all these today, but I haven't uploaded my video today. What are you doing? Hi, Olivia. How are you? Did you get your bunnies made? I was on earlier today. Look at my craft table. I couldn't get anything more on here if I tried. Hey Pam, how you doing? Pam, I can't remember. Are you doing the home tour this Saturday? I can't remember what you said. Didn't these turn out cute? I made that one. I have a DIY going up. Look at that one. And these add so much. I put glitter on her a little bit. And then look at this one. Isn't that cute? Yes, I did make those, Olivia. I think that is so cute. And I just put a little bit of glitter. Not a lot. Can you see that? And then I made this one. But I show you in the DIY. Very inexpensive, and I think they add so much to a 3-tier or a wet bar or in an arrangement with flowers. Put one of those in it. Oh, I know. Sorry, guys. I'm eating a malt ball. Hi, Bella. How are you, sweetie? How you doing? I loved your tour, Bella. I came on earlier. Well, actually, it was really early for me. It was, shoot, what time was it? I think around 11 o'clock my time in the morning. If I remember right, I'm not positive, but it was early. I know, she's always so happy. I don't know, Bella, if you or Olivia saw, my craft table is so full. I gotta disperse these where they need to go. But I made these today. I have a DIY on those. Oh, shoot. Let me bring the camera down a little bit. What I did is I put a grapevine wreath, a little one, and then put the eggs from Hobby Lobby and put a votive in the middle of it. So that's that one. And then here's another one. This straight so you can see it. That one. And then, whoop, and then this one. I think that one's so cute. So I did those, and that was just a little thing. I thought, you know what? All you have to do is get a candlestick and put your votive on top and put your little grapevine wreath around it and put whatever you want as far as decoration. But, I mean, even this, look at this, even with that, oh, not falling, but this little rabbit with the candle, or this one, I mean, they're so cute and they add so much, but this is the one I love. I love her. I think she is so precious. That's her little brother tagging along. I will go look, Bella. Oh, were you on earlier when I was on in the daytime? Bella? I know Gloria came by. I do too, Gloria. I overthink my projects too. And then finally I get so fed up with it, I just do it. Hi, Genevieve. How are you? Wait, I got to read what you put. Oh, shoot. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm sad that there wasn't any left. But Genevieve, you know, you can, I don't know if you were on when I was talking about this the other night. You can get an outline from Google, or if you're good at drawing, you can just draw a bunny, and you can make it out of foam board and just glue, you know, a couple or 3 pieces of foam board together. You know what, for that matter, you could even make salt dough and get a huge cookie cutter, bake it, and put wheels on it. Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah, I was wondering where you were because I haven't seen you in the last few days. Did you make the candle holders, Bella? I have to get the DIYs up of these 2 projects, the candle, because it's nothing. I mean, the whole thing's probably about 10 minutes. And then the thing on this one, the video. And, hey, Linda, how are you? Hi, Lynn. You're back. Bless your heart, you were here earlier. Um, so I'm going to get those up, and then I have to concentrate the rest of the week. Well, tomorrow I'm going to watch my my granddaughter, and then Thursday I work. So Friday I really have to concentrate on what I'm doing for Saturday for the that live. How are you, Linda Patton? You guys, I got in so much trouble. um, I've had 2 people now give me the what for. Oh, that's cute with that blue. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks cute. See what I mean? Now imagine that on a little tray in your bathroom, or on your 3-tier or 2-tier or 1-tier or no tier. Whatever tier. Hey, how are you, Dan? How you doing? Dan plays a mean guitar, you guys. He's always our wake-up call in the morning. So I got in trouble. Okay, you know how I talked to you guys on the live, and I looked through my phone because I have my iPad on live, so that's what's videotaping all this, okay? Well, I can't see what you're saying on my iPad because it's at an angle when I'm showing you stuff here. And so I had 2 people tell me how rude I was, that I would sit on the phone and talk to somebody. And usually I just ignore those comments, but I thought, you know, I have to explain to them that I'm not sitting with my iPad on a live talking to someone on the phone. So they thought I was just having a conversation with someone, while people are just watching me have a conversation with someone. They got so mad. Yeah, they were not happy. They thought I was on the phone talking to somebody, and you guys were just watching me talk to somebody on the telephone. Oh, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yes, it's Saturday, Bella. So I'm going to put my video up at noon. Let me go back to that real quick. I got to go back to that because I'm going to start making just in the beginning, at the end of my lives. I don't know if it'll work or not. But for anyone that thinks that I'm sitting on the phone just having a conversation while people are watching me, that's not what I'm doing. I'm interacting with my live stream, just for the record. I don't know how good that's going to work, but anyway. Okay, all right. So back to that. So I'm probably going to put my, I have it all edited already. All I have to do now is upload it. So I'll upload, since I'm in California, I'll upload at midnight, because then I have that live stream, that craft 24-hour, the same day, March 30th. So I'll have that already going up. Bella, I'll be doing one for 4th of July, and then fall, and then Christmas. This is my 3rd year. Olivia, yes. I videotaped these today, And I also did a DIY on these, and so those will be going up. So I do show you. And I have shown in other videos that I've done how to make these for different holidays. Gloria. Yeah, I feel like an octopus sometimes. Oh, I don't know if they ever were subscribed to me, Genevieve. A lot of times people will just come in, you know, and look at a video or, you know, and not even be subscribed to your channel. So if they are, I'm sure they're probably not now because they think I just talk to people on the phone while I have my video, my camera up. I don't know. The only thing I can think of, Pam, is that I'm holding my phone when I'm talking to you guys because, you know, that's where I'm looking at the comments so I can, you know, respond to the comments. And I don't know how they'd get, I mean, because the way I interact on there, unless they just came on and thought I was talking on the phone, I don't know. But I, you know, sometimes you just have to laugh at it because if they knew me at all, they'd know that, first of all, I wouldn't want people listening to my telephone conversation with anybody, let alone put it on a camera and let the world see it. You know what I'm saying? But I just went on to let them know. It could be, it might be trolls. I don't know. Yeah, Olivia, they really do add a lot. And that's what I tell people. I mean, little things like this, if you were to add those to your decor, no matter where, you know, I mean, this could be along with a plant or a flower arrangement. I mean, it's a really cute addition to different things. Yeah, it's true, Genevieve. Gloria, I just love the way you word things. A few screws in the noggin. And like I said, as a rule, Gloria, well, at least they were trying to get a date. They weren't telling you how rude you were. So you were one up on me. Um, oh yeah, you know what? You definitely, Genevieve, you could make these and then put them on a banner. That would be adorable. And then look at this one. I don't know if you saw this one, Bella. Genevieve, did you see this one, Lynn? I just printed that out. And I don't know if the camera's picking up the little bit of glitter I put on these. And then I just backed it with some scrapbook paper. You're watching from Orange County, California? Well, hey, sister. I'm in Orange County, California. What part of Orange County are you from? Do you pronounce it Ing? I-N-G-E? I don't want to get it wrong. Inga. Okay, Inga. What part of Orange County, hon? And here's the bunny. I got to put that easel up a little bit more. Oh, Santa Ana. Okay. My sister-in-law lived in Santa Ana years ago. Which cemetery? Oh no, that wouldn't be the right one. Oh yeah, Fullerton. I know where Fullerton is. Oh, Fairhaven. Okay. Okay, what you do? Who's asking me? Bella. Okay, Bella, you go on to Google and then you type in vintage and whatever the holiday, because I make these for every holiday. So for now, it'll be Easter. So you just put Easter vintage prints for free. And it'll pull up prints that you can download for free. And I obviously never try to sell anything. Excuse me, even if they are free and they say free, I don't know what other stipulations might come with that though. So I only use them for my own home use. But you will get hundreds upon hundreds of pictures. And then all you do is you click on it, just like you would save a photograph. And then you put save photo or download photo, whatever your computer says. And then it goes to your photos, and then you go ahead and you print it out just like you would a photograph, that you would take of your daughter or whatever, and print it out. And I print mine out on photo paper because it gives you the best quality, but you don't have to do that. And then I cut them out. But like I said, I have videos on these already that I've done, but I'm going to upload the video for this, and then you'll see how I did it. But I have done other videos on this already. I don't know how much more full this table could get. I have so much stuff on here. Oh my gosh, Pam. They have so many vintage prints for Christmas. It's crazy. I am not kidding. And they have really neat ones for Halloween and for fall. Beautiful prints. And I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, you would not get one this big at any of the craft stores. No way. There's no way. And what I like about it is you can pick and choose whatever you want. You're not at the mercy of, well, that's all they have. Yeah, look up prints. Oh, that would be, oh my gosh, yes, you guys. These make beautiful Christmas ornaments. All you would do is, obviously you wouldn't put the easel, but you would just put get a tiny punch, and then put either the gold or silver. You know how sometimes they have the silver type, not thread, but you know what I mean. Well, I don't have any here, but you don't even have to do that. You could use ribbon. You could use how I did the border with that gray thread, this. But you could use the red and white instead. Beautiful. Can you imagine doing some ornaments this size? Or that size? How gorgeous would that be? Or you wouldn't even have to put a ribbon through it. You could just nestle them into the tree, angle them all different ways. Do you know what I mean? Beautiful. Oh, Bella, please, you decorate very nice, and I know this kind of stuff would be very easy. Come on, you are a designer. The girl, I did this, I did letter size, which was 8 by 10. And this one I think was 5 by 7. And this one was 4 by 6 without the border. Because without the border, it makes it larger. Granny Josie. How you doing, hun? God bless you. You're back again. I think, because you know how normally the Victorian Christmas prints for trees, you know, if you find them, I found some once at an antique store. And they were, oh, probably about that big. To me, if you were going to do a tree, I think the bigger presentation of, say, 20 or however many you want to do and whatever else you want to put with it, how gorgeous would that be? Because to me, it would make a much bigger statement than if you had the ornament this size. You know what I'm saying? But I always exaggerate things anyway, so that's just me. Well, if you can build a house, you can do a print. Because I cannot build a house. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing, Genevieve, you're right. Cards. If you find certain cards that you really like, print them out. I mean, print them out. Cut them out and put them, you know, in the Christmas tree. Hi, Sandra. They sure can. They most certainly can be transferred to a quilt. That's what I was going to do with one of my Easter prints. I didn't do it this year, so I'll probably do it next year. Yes, all you would do, Sandra, is instead of printing them on photo paper, you would get the transfer, you know what I'm talking about, where you get where it's got the cloth on one side, and then you would just it would go onto there, and then on your material type paper, and you would sew it into your quilt. I did that for a quilt for one of my kids. Yeah, I tell my boss all the time that they're very lucky to have me, because I usually give them at least half of their money back. You know what you could do too? I was just thinking about this. I want to make my granddaughters. I already made one of my granddaughters this huge doll. She was beautiful. It was a rag doll, but it was about 3 feet tall. And I made her hair out of muslin and, you know, strips of it. And then I put it in pigtails. And, oh, she was beautiful. And I want to do that for my other granddaughter this year. But that's what made me think of it. Anyway, you could take this as an example. And if you have larger paper, I mean, you can go as long as you want. You know what I'm saying? But you could also transfer this onto material, cut it out like I did, but sew it, and you could make a little doll. An actual doll, because it would be fabric, and you could stuff it. What do you think about that one, my dear friends? Where do I work, Bella? I work at Hobby Lobby. I'm semi-retired, so I only work there 2 days a week. Oh, that would be pretty, Gloria. You have a book on how to make vintage dolls? Cool. Thanks, Sandra. I'm going to tell him that. Oh, how pretty, Granny Josie. Oh, I'm going to have to go look. You did a DIY video on a jeweled heart. Yeah, I'm going to have to look. Hi, Mary. Oh, it's very hard. I mean, in the beginning, oh my gosh, Bella, it was so hard. Whew. But now I just have to pace myself. Because, I mean, how much can you put in your house? You know what I mean? Oh, you just got done watching the one from this morning? Can you do what with the Cricut, Genevieve? Hi, Peggy. Peggy's back too. God love her. She was with me earlier this morning. Yeah, they don't have much of a candy mold section. Oh, how cool, Gloria. That's cool. Are what from Hobby Lobby? Sandra, these prints? I want to make sure I'm understanding. Pam, you say you're semi-retired, but you don't work. No, you're not here too much. Gosh, I love when you guys come on here. Yeah, they do have a very good yarn section. Very good. And they're always going on clearance. We're doing another reset right now. I can't believe it. Oh, the Cricut I don't think prints on fabric. Well, I take that back. I don't have the new one. I have the ancient one. But maybe the one, I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about going online in the Cricut Air 2 or maybe something like that? That I don't know. I don't know if you can do that, but hey, you know what? If you could, that would be perfect. No, Sandra, all of these prints, I print out from, I go into Google and then I go on to vintage prints and then I put in whatever holiday it is. For instance, this was vintage prints for free Easter, and it pulled up all of these plus thousands more. And when I am not joking, you won't believe how many come up. Good night, Pam. You're such a good person going to bed so early. Hey, Robin, how are you? How you doing, honey? What time is it at my house? It is, wait, I gotta look. 10:08. I gotta get back in here. It's 10:08, Bella, here. So it must be 1 o'clock where you are. Great. Now Bella's gonna. Now, the other day she goes, poor thing, she didn't get much sleep and she had to go to work. Yeah, that's what I figured. So Joyce, it's 1 a.m. there too. And Granny Josie. God bless you. Yeah, I figured it was 1 there. Lynn too. Now look at all you guys, the 1 o'clockers. What did he mean, Peggy, when your husband said you got out just in time? From Hobby Lobby? Oh, that's right. Pam still has girls in school. I forgot about that. I forgot that. Oh my gosh, Bella. If you get up at 5:30, you've only got 4 hours. Oh my Lord, girl, you got to go to bed. I mean, not that I want you to leave, but I mean, I don't want you to, in the first thing in the morning, go, doggone that Davita. Oh, they built one, and you don't have one by you now? We're starting to get in a lot of furniture. Furniture pieces, I should say. I mean, not like couches or anything like that. But, you know, like end tables and little stools and a lot of little different kinds of tables. A lot of wall decor. A lot of wall decor. We're getting ready to start getting Christmas again, if you can believe it. I'm going to get yelled at for that, too. I'm always getting in trouble lately. People come in, they get so mad. Oh, they get mad. Because our Christmas will probably be up. Because right now, 4th of July is up, and we're just in March. So, probably around May, sometime in May, we'll start putting the Christmas stuff up. Maybe June. But, oh my Lord, people come in and they are irate, some of them, when they come in and see that. Like I'm the one that did it, you know. You were doing paperwork? Man, your day never ends, Bella. Look at Genevieve. Bella, get to bed. Oh, I know. I mean, well, this is what I tell. Oh, I work at Hobby Lobby, Fern. Some of the fall does, yes, but a lot of Christmas starts going out earlier now, too. I couldn't believe how early it went last year. But what I try to tell people, which is really the truth, and it really is why they do it, Hobby Lobby is a hobby store, okay? I mean, but they have a lot of pretty things. And for people that make things, it's supply and demand. Retail stores are going to supply whatever the demand is, and they can look at what the demand is by how much people buy early on in those months. So because they bought so much at years prior, because I'm going on 6 years at Hobby Lobby, so because of all they buy, that's why they brought it in even sooner this year. So it's really the public that is bringing it back in that early. And then everyone got mad because all this Christmas was sold out. The majority of it, we just had very little. By the end of, it was the end or just the beginning of December, we were sold out of a lot of stuff. Then they're mad because we don't have enough. So you can't win for losing, you know what I mean? So for people that don't like it, I mean, I do understand, because if people aren't crafty, or they're not ones to really decorate their house too much, or, you know, they just think it's a merchant's holiday, yeah, they're not going to like it. And I get that, and I respect them for it, you know, for whatever they feel. But for the people that make things, you know, I mean, okay, so the store has Christmas stuff in it, you know? It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I do like it, Fern. It's it's a very kickback job for me, because when I had my regular job before I retired, it was constant because I worked in a grocery store. And for years I was a lobby supervisor and I had a very busy lobby. And then I went on to check, and so then I was the opening checker. And the grocery business, you know, it's hard work. It really is. And then when I retired, I wanted a part-time job, and the love of crafting, which I've had all my life, you know, there's not a better place to work. And like I said, it's only 2 days a week. So it's, you know what I mean? And I don't want to get into any kind of management. I don't want to get into any kind of department manager. No, I don't want any of it. I just want to go to work, do my 2 days, go home. Because to be perfectly honest, YouTube takes up much more of my time than my job at Hobby Lobby. Many more hours. You know, I've never sat, I'm going to do that. I'm going to calculate all the hours that I work on my stuff, because you figure I do my crafts, my DIYs, and then I have to edit and upload the videos. So, I mean, all that really takes a lot of time if you want to do it right, you know. So, you know what? I guess I work 40 hours a week. Who am I kidding? Semi-retired. Okay, you saw their ornament display. Oh yeah, Christmas in July. I've done Christmas in July on my YouTube channel for a couple of years now. Is that true, Bella? They don't know about Christmas in July? Hi, Darlene. How are you, honey? Yeah, isn't it the truth, Bella? Anyone that has a channel will tell you that. It really is. It is a job. You know, I mean, if you want to really put out good content and you want to get a rapport, because think about it. People that text me, I try to get back to them as much as I possibly can. And sometimes I'll set out a couple hours because I don't want to do just a heart. I don't want to do just a heart. As long as I can text them, I want to respond to whatever they're saying to me, because you want to build that rapport with these people. You know what I mean? Because they're taking out time of their lives to do or watch something that you're doing and then making comments to you. And the majority of comments I get are very nice comments, by the way. I mean, I get sometimes, you know, like today, but I mean, they're very far and few between, so I can't complain. But, and I'm a people person anyway, and so I like responding. I like building that, that relationship and the camaraderie, and I love when people do crafts that I do, you know, and I see it, you know, when they show me pictures. People will email me pictures that don't have a channel. And then the comments I get from some people, you know, you made my day. You know, I've been sick. I can't get out. Or I enjoy listening to you. I mean, just the things that you hear. Then you start building a very intimate, if you will, relationship with all of your, you know, well, not every one of them, of course, because some of them don't talk to you, but nevertheless, the people that do, they become your friends. You know what I mean? Like you guys, I mean, although I've never met you personally, you still have that rapport. And it's just, it becomes more than just doing videos on YouTube, because in my mind I'm thinking, for instance, who was it that asked me, was it Peggy? I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about something. I thought, oh, you know what, I think she would really like this, or oh, wait till she sees that. I know, I mean, now that I get to know people, it would be just like one of my friends that are tangible, that I can feel. Well, you guys are the same way. Only I can't touch you, but I see you and listen to the what you're saying to me. Do you understand what I mean? Am I making sense? So it becomes much more personal. The channel becomes much more personal than just doing a video. And especially when you start going live, because then you really start getting to know these people as I'm getting to know you guys. And then you have your regulars that come on all the time. So yeah, it's, I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong. Hey Dana, how you doing? Oh, they really are, aren't they, Bella? Oh, thanks, Peggy. Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. There is no company, Sandra, for these prints. People have asked me, you know, and it isn't. It's just, if that's what you're meaning by that comment, the name of the company. I've never seen a name. All I do is go on, look at the prints I want, click on it, save it to my photos, and then print it out. And that's really the truth. I've never looked at a company, because I go for the free prints, you know, where you don't have to pay for them. And like I said, because I use them for personal use, I'm not going to use them to sell. I wouldn't do that because, I just, you don't know. Although they're free to print, I don't know that they're necessarily free to sell, so I would never do that. You better believe it, Robin. And you know what, you guys? I didn't realize, well, I should have, but you don't realize how many hurting people there are out there until you get into the public. And some of the private messages that I have gotten, I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, it just, breaks your heart. And, you think, man, I can't, to me, I'm thinking, all I'm doing is showing crafts, and yet I made somebody smile, and I'm thinking, whoa, I mean, it really makes you really stop and think what people are going through, and I love what I do. And like I say, I've always been a people person my whole life. And if I even remotely make somebody's day better, hey, yep, I'll stay on. And I mean, and it does, I mean, you guys do a lot for me too. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, maybe so, Bella. Oh, I know. Isn't he just the most precious little thing in the world? Oh my gosh. That face, I just love that face. He is so sweet. Yeah, well, I told my story about that. I don't know if you were on. I think you were, Peggy, when I told you the reason I say that. It's back in a live, but I can't remember which one. But there was a reason that I say that. It wasn't just words that all of a sudden came into my head and I thought, that sounds good. You know what I mean? It was something that just was a very strong conviction in my heart to let people know. And that's, what I end with all the time because that's how I feel. And I just think, with everything that's going on in the world and all the sadness and just all the crap, just to let people know that they're not alone and there's someone out there that, enjoys showing things and talking to them and whatever you can, that little tiny part you can do in this little tiny world of mine, it's worth it to me. It really is worth it. Yeah, I think these are just so doggone cute. I really do like these. And like I said, I think it was Peggy. Was it Peggy or Bella? Who wanted to do their Christmas tree? Or was it Genevieve? I can't remember now. One of you wanted to do the big Victor. Oh, no, it was Pam. Oh, well, whatever. They wanted to do the big Victorian prints and put in their Christmas tree. Can you imagine real big ones, how beautiful? And especially if you glittered them, just a little bit. You don't need a lot. I think if you did a lot, it would take away from the authenticity of the print, if you know what I'm saying. If you loaded this whole thing up with glitter, I don't think it would look good. And that's just my opinion. But just that little hit of glitter just to give just enough shine or glitz. You know what I mean? Oop. And like this one, I just did very, very little. I don't know if you can tell, but I just put a tiny bit on her hat, and then I just did the insides of the flowers, and then just a little bit of these two bunnies. But I think it's just enough. And then on this one, all I did is I put it in the middle of each flower and just randomly on the tires. Got to get back to my was reading. Joyce, there, oh, it was Pam, okay. I don't have a ruler with me, but I remember this one, I believe this one was a 5x7, and this one I did on a letter size, so this was 8x10. And this one was a 4x6 without the border. That's right, Fern. Yeah, Robin, they remind me of the good old days, too. I'm like Mr. Rogers? Sandra, your husband's been having cancer treatments? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Be praying for him. You have the lamp video out? Oh, I'll have to look at that too. I got to look at Granny Josie's and yours. Bella's. That's what I do when I go to bed, you guys. I put my earphone into my phone and I watch YouTube videos. I'm just looking real quick here. Yeah, you know what? I remembered, you know, when I had a picture, and I don't know what happened to it, when I was little and dressed up for Easter. And you know what I always remember? There was two things. I hated how the tulle underneath the dress felt scratchy, and I hated the anklets because they bugged my feet. I always remember that. And then I had that little hat that went like, you know, just a half piece that you wore on your head. Okay, Bella, go to sleep. Oh, seriously, because I feel bad that you've been up this late. You're only going to get like 3 hours sleep. Good night, hon. You do a Victorian tree every year, Granny Josie? Oh, how pretty. Hugs back, Bella. Have a good day tomorrow. Well, yes, I take that as a compliment, Peggy. Thank you. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Oh, I shouldn't sing. I don't have a voice. I shouldn't do that to you guys. Yes, we will keep praying for your husband, Sandra. You too, Bella. Have a good day, honey. Yeah, I can't wait to see that, Granny Josie. Oh my gosh, Joyce. Me too. The lilt perm. Remember the lilt perms? A lot of you won't remember that because you're young. Oh, I hate it. I hated them. And I always look like Bozo. Oh, I hated them. And I hated the smell of the stupid pink solution that they'd put on them and then those stupid papers. Oh, I hated those. Yeah, that's what I mean, Peggy. That stupid smell. Oh, I hated them. Tony's, and they were called Tony and Lilt. Remember, it was a Lilt perm or a Tony, Toni. Ooh, it burns your scalp. Oh, I hated them. Yes, the patent leather shoes and the tight strap. Yeah, I do remember that. Then I finally got a pair. I went with my girlfriend, I'll never forget it. And they were a light blue. Actually, they were probably this color blue, and they had a pointed toe and a strap, not around the ankle, but around the shoe. I thought I was a hot shot. Oh my gosh, I thought I was really something with those shoes on. I'll never forget it. I wore them with everything. Everything. We were bozo heads. Hi, Susan Johnson, too. You, too. Hey, Susan, how did it go at the doctor today? Didn't you have a doctor's appointment today, Sandra? I mean, Susan? Oh, I hated those perms. Oh, hated them. I gotta ask this. You know, I always get back to television somewhere or another, and I don't even know why, but I do. Um, do any of you watch Alaskan Bush with, you know, the kids and where Amy had cancer? I used to cry too, Dana, when I got those perms. Hated them with a passion. So no one watches Alaskan Bush? Oh, you see the oncologist Wednesday. Okay. Fern, you do? You watch it? Well, their dad's real sick now. And I watched it today when I was vacuuming because I put it on caption so I could read it. And he got to where he couldn't breathe. Okay, so you might have seen it, but he couldn't breathe, and so they had to take him to the hospital, and they took out, I can't remember what they said, but it was a huge amount of fluid. I'm surmising from his lungs. And they said that he wouldn't be able to go back up the mountain. So he told all the kids to go back up and keep working on their homes. And Amy is staying with him in the hospital. My question is, does anybody know what is wrong with him? Yeah, my hair was all the way down to my waist too. And my mother took me one day, got it all cut off up to my ears. And I mean, I did not go willingly, trust me. And she put a perm in it. Oh my Lord. Oh. So help me, I look like Bozo, and I am not kidding. Hi, Donna. Donna, is this your first time on live? Hi, Pat. How are you doing? Oh, it's not his heart, Fern? You watch it too, Sandra? I would never give my girls a perm. And I let them grow their hair as long as they wanted. And that's probably, to be perfectly honest, that's probably why I still have long hair. Out of rebellion. I don't always wear it down. I mean, sometimes I do, but more times than not, I wear it up. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It might be congestive heart failure. I have a feeling that might be what it is too. Peggy, I'm in my 60s. I could care less. When people, this is another thing. You know, when people say, when you get a certain age, they say that you shouldn't have long hair when you get older. First, I want to meet who they are. I would love to meet they. Who are they? I would love to shake hands with they and tell them they can keep their opinion to themselves. I'm not kidding. I will have long hair, God willing, as long as I possibly can. Yeah, Robin, this is what I'm saying. You're not young anymore. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. If you're 80 and want long hair, grow your hair. If you want to braid it, braid it. If you want to put it up in a bun, put it up in a bun. If you want to put it in a ponytail, put it in a ponytail. I don't care. I don't care. I will have long hair. You darn right, Darlene. Right on, Fern. I don't know if she got over her cancer. I think it's in remission because I think she was stage 4. But who knows? I mean, maybe she did. Maybe she did get over it. I mean, I pray she did. Yeah, no, I love I love long hair. Now, short hair is cute. Now, I think certain women can wear short hair very, very cute. I'm not one of them. And I'm really not. But I mean, the shortest I will go is like, mm, I don't know, maybe 3 inches below my shoulder. But right now my hair is really long. That's right, Sandra. No business but your own. I couldn't agree more. You guys, if you could see the way I dress, my granddaughter wears some of the clothes that I wear. I give her my clothes and she wears them. And she's 16. Now, I'm not saying I wear midriffs. I mean, I'm past that. But I still wear a lot of my clothes I get from Venus Catalog or Boston Proper. That's what I say, Susan. I wear leather. I have black leather. I have, I think, I can't remember if I told you guys, but I had jury duty one time. And I was getting ready to leave. Now, keep in mind, my husband has a Harley, okay? So when he said this, I thought, yeah, you're one to talk. But I was getting ready to go to jury duty. And he said, Davida, you're going to jury duty. I go, yeah, and? He goes, well, you look like a glorified biker. I said, and? Your point? He goes, goodbye. I say goodbye. What does that mean? I mean, I just had on black leather with a white shirt and a big bulky cross around my neck. Right on, Donna. And you keep that long hair. Oh, thanks, Susan. Um, you're 78 and you still work. You're a, you know what, Granny Josie, you're my idol. I, I'm reading this real quick. My grandmother, my grandmother had the most gorgeous white hair, white as snow, beautiful, beautiful color. And I remember when I was little, her hair was all the way down to her back. And she would twist it up because she was a nurse, and she would twist it up into a bun and then put her nurse's hat on. But I mean, gorgeous hair. Yeah, it's true, Genevieve. You know, I was thinking about that the other day. You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you? Yeah, I'm still on live. Susan said she can't hear me. Can the rest of you hear me? Okay. um, okay, good. What was I just saying? Ah, shoot. What was it? What was I talking about? Good for you, Granny Josie. You do computer work and sell on eBay and do YouTube. I can't remember what I was saying, you guys. That's pathetic. Hi, Dora. Are you new on my lives? Dang it, what was I talking about? Oh, that's what it was. Um, I agree. I think our generation, and the reason being, we can still remember when the times were a lot more innocent and a lot less scary. Meaning, I mean, I remember being out, I remember going with my girlfriend down to the beach, and we would take the bus, and then we'd walk the rest of the way to the beach, go to the beach, walk back to where the bus stop was, which was quite a distance. Never thought twice about it. You know what I mean? And we had so many, I mean, I remember cartoons as a kid, Saturday morning cartoons. I remember just the shows were so much more innocent, you know? Um, and and another thing that I miss, and the older I get, that part depresses me, is because all of the good actors and singers, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Jerry Lewis, um, uh, Sammy Davis Jr., Rosemary Clooney. I mean, the Dean Martin Variety Hour. Remember that? Carol Burnett Variety. They don't have anything like that anymore. And those were Dean Martin. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, just so many things were so much more innocent. I mean, we didn't have phones, we didn't have computers. You know, you'd stay out, you'd play games outside. I remember we got two big cardboard boxes one time, and we pretended we were the Flintstones. And I was Wilma, and my friend was Betty, and we were pretending that the houses, and we were in Bedrock. I mean, just the imagination, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, Robin, I don't, and I told my son this the other night. We were watching The Green Book. Great movie. Great movie if you haven't seen it. And we both said how refreshing. It wasn't all about sex and about all that kind of stuff. It was just a good movie. You don't need all that. You don't need it. To me, it doesn't make the movie any better. If anything, sometimes it really cheapens it. You don't need it. And I don't want to watch it with one of my grandkids that all of a sudden something pops up. And I'm not just talking movies. I'm talking regular primetime television. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, it just drives me nuts. Oh, I used to watch Tom Jones, yeah. Although I do watch reality shows, I am guilty. Oh, that was such, I don't know, it was just such a different time, a different world. You know what I mean? It was just so different. Yeah, that's right. The moms did. A lot of them stayed home. Yes, Red Skelton. The Red Skelton Comedy Hour. And Sonny and Cher. My water broke with Jason watching Sonny and Cher. Just thought I'd throw that in. Okay, Pat's back. Oh, I know. Can you imagine nowadays? If All in the Family was scandalous, can you imagine what they would have thought what's playing nowadays? Yeah, it just was so different. I don't know. It's just, it's just like nothing but heart, heartache and bad things happening, you know? It's weird. Just weird. Well, hi, it's just mommy. Remember the transistor radios? And I used to listen to KHJ or KFWB. And remember when Christmas shows would come on and you'd have to watch them because you had nothing to record. And so you'd get all excited over this show. What are you doing tonight? It's just mommy. I remember, I know Doris Day. I got a dog from her one time when she was on Good Morning. Well, it was back in the 70s. Good Morning LA, I think. And there was an adoption going on. And we got a dog from her. Oh my gosh. The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. I remember even with my kids, before the VCRs came out, I'd get a big, huge blanket and I'd lay it in front of the television and I would cut up green apples and I'd make popcorn. And all of them would sit on that blanket and watch the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown Christmas shows. Because like I say, they would come out once a year. It's not like you could, buy the DVD and play it whenever you wanted. Oh my gosh, Ed Sullivan. I remember the night that the Beatles came out on Sunday night, and they had just come to the States. I'm sitting, I was 10. I remember sitting in front of the television, screaming my head off. My grandmother came in and she looked at me like, what in the world is going on? It's the Beatles. Oh my God, it's Paul. I loved Paul, She just shook her head. I remember that so well. And if you remember right, the Beatles came out, was it right before Kennedy was assassinated or after? But I know it was right in that time frame. Yes, I do remember that Cinderella one. Oh my gosh. That was the best. I remember that. And the guy that played the prince later went on to, I think, General Hospital. And the Monkees. I met Davy Jones. My sister had a crush on him later on. And he was at Knott's Berry Farm. And so we went back and met him. Cute as a button. I mean, he was so cute. Tiny. I felt like Attila the Hun next to him. I mean, because I'm almost 5'8". And he was so tiny. I couldn't believe it. I know Peter just died, So there's only Mickey and Mike left. You're 5'8", Dana? I was so shocked when Davy died. Oh, I love all those cartoons. I love Great Pumpkin, Christmas. It was after Kennedy? Okay. I knew it was right in that era. I mean, right in that time slot. Yeah, that Cinderella really was a good one with Leslie Ann Warren. Wasn't she married to Ryan O'Neal at one time before Farrah married him? Rudolph, yep. Love Rudolph. Oh, you did? You saw Carol Burnett? Cool. I love all the Doris Day movies with Rock Hudson and James Garner. Actually, last night I just watched The Long, Long Trailer with Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball. Do any of you remember when Pebbles was going to be born? Remember the Flintstones were on primetime? Hi, Midia, how are you? Oh, yeah, the Partridge Family with David Cassidy. You like Peter? Actually, I mean, I thought Davy was a doll, but I kind of thought Mike was cute at the time, even though he wore that beanie. Actually, I thought he looked better with the beanie because when he wore his hair without the beanie, he always wore it to the side, and I didn't like it. Remember Gidget with Sally Field? And remember that girl, Marlo Thomas? And then I remember my girlfriend and I, we'd go to the beach in the summer, and we'd go to Jack in the Box after and get 2 tacos and a Dr. Pepper, and then we'd catch the bus and come home, and we'd always come home by 3 o'clock so we could get our shower and watch Dark Shadows. Remember that with Barnabas Collins or Barnaby Collins, whatever it was? Those were the good old days. I know, Peggy. I had to ask my grandmother. I said, Grandma, please let me stay up. Please let me stay up. I have to see when Pebbles is born. I remember, Davita, right after you're going to bed, you need to wake up in the morning. I will, because it was on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. Isn't that weird how you remember certain things like that? Oh, me too, Mary. I love the Doris Day movies. Me too, Granny Josie. Oh, when he played Dr. Kildare? You know what movie I loved him in was Thornbirds. Actually, I used to wear my hair exactly like that, like that girl. It was black. I had my hair black, and I flipped it up with the bangs. And Mary Tyler Moore, remember? And then Rhoda. I used to love the clothes Rhoda wore. I loved all of those. The scarves she'd wear on her head. Night, Genevieve. The Lawrence Welk Show, yep, with the Lennon sisters. Yeah, the Elvis movies. I like the Elvis movies too. But Kissing Cousins was my favorite that he made. The Flying Nun, yep. Oh, your mom thought Elvis was nasty. Can you imagine what she'd see today, these days? I hated being tall when I was a kid because I had reached my height when I think I was 14, and I was really thin. I mean, thin. I mean, olive oil thin. Actually, they used to call me olive oil. Now I wished I could be olive oil. I would love to be that thin again. You're 5'10", Peggy? My daughter was 5'10", Tanya. And then my other daughter, she's just itty bitty. What was another one? Trying to think of the other one that used to be on. What was it when I was a kid? Always used to watch the Carol Burnett Variety Hour. And it's so sad now to know that they're all gone. I mean, those shows, you know. Pat, yeah, you're right in the middle of the morning. Father Knows Best and Donna Reed. Yes, of course. Yes, I love Donna Reed. And I used to love when her daughter, Shelley Fabre, what was her name, though, in the show? Oh, shoot. Well, anyway, when she'd sing Johnny Angel. Oh, yeah, always watch Sonny and Cher. Yes, Wonderful World of Disney. And then Bonanza. Da, 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 da. Remember that? Yeah, the old westerns. Mary, that's right. Oh, Darlene, I'm 5'7.5". I said to my son, you know, I might be shrinking though, because I said to my son the other day, I said, Jeremy, are you getting taller? He said, no such luck, Mom. I think you're shrinking. I said, oh, thanks. Because two of my sons are over 6 foot. And Jeremy always complains that he's the shortest because I think Jeremy's 5'10", 5'10 and a half, something like that. And I always tell him, you know what, Jeremy, don't worry. You can grow facial hair. Leave it to Beaver. At night, my throat starts to get worse, Pat. But no, it's still, I mean, obviously my voice, I have a lot more voice now, but it's still not 100%. And I did gargle today with salt water. Twice. Yeah, I still watch Father Knows Best. Oh my gosh, Lassie. Every time at the end of that show, that how they'd whistle and it was so sad, and then Lassie would wave, I'd cry every time. Yeah, actually, that is true, Pat. People do shrink. Oh, I love Clint Eastwood too. Actually, there's pictures of my husband when he was younger, and he resembled Clint Eastwood. I mean, didn't look just like him, but in his eyes, and his nose. I still like Clint Eastwood. I would love to travel back in time. There's parts of my life I wished I could, even if it was for a day. You know that song that oh, I can't remember. I think it was Judy Collins. Maybe it wasn't her. Remember that song, Those Were the Days, My Friend? Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. Remember that one? I was listening to that the other day, and I thought how sadly but true that song is. Because the older I get, the more melancholy I get as far as things like this that we're talking about. I loved him in the Gran Torino. Sad movie, but I loved it. I loved the way he didn't put up with any of their, what those guys were doing. Oh yeah, so $6 Million Man. I know I haven't seen Mule. Is it sad? Yeah, it made me melancholy too, because it's true. Don't get me started on Sam Elliott, Darlene. Don't even do it. Um, yeah, it's sad because those days we're never going to get back, and what we have is our memories. But thank God for that. I know. My husband and I were up there where they used to tape Bonanza, um, the inside of it when they were in there, when it shows the outside when they're walking out of their house. And I heard that too. They're going to get rid of all of it. So that's sad. Oh, in Gran Torino. Yeah, that was a very good movie. Yeah, I like the streets of San Francisco and Beretta. Yeah, that's what I mean for we do begin to start shrinking. Oh, there goes Darlene. Now it's Johnny Depp. She knows my buttons. Um, but I do think I might be shrinking a little bit. I always tell, I always have a saying that I say to people. I always say, yeah, can't dance, too fat to fly. So it was sad, huh, Peggy? Clint Eastwood is in his 80s. Oh, you did on Donnie Osmond? They're leaving Vegas in November. Him and Marie, their last show is in November. I really wished I could have seen them in Vegas, dang it. Yeah, their families had a heartache too. And that's got to be hard for him and Marie because, they've been together performing, well, obviously brother and sister, but for 47 years. And now she's got some movies lined up, so I'm very curious to see what she does. And I think he's going to make another album. Kojak, yes, I remember him. Hawaii Five-O, I remember that. Emergency. It's always nice when someone knows what you're talking about, you know. Can't remember who I was talking to at work the other day. Who was it that I mentioned? And they looked at me like I had 7 heads. They had never heard of them. And I can't remember now who it was. Anyway, I said, okay, sorry about that. Oh, I hope, you know what? That I worry about a little bit is I'm afraid she's starting to get too much work. I think Donnie's had work done too. But I hope she doesn't keep doing more work because her cheeks are getting very big, and when she smiles, her eyes look real squinty. And once you go too far with that stuff, then you really start to look plastic. I just hope she doesn't do any more, because Marie is a very pretty woman. But if she does any more surgery, oof, I don't think so. Yeah, mamas and papas love them. Yes, Cher did. I met Cher. I've been to a lot of her concerts. And we were in Vegas one time, and we were eating breakfast, and I saw these 2 really big guys on each side, and all I could see was the back of her. And I got up, and my husband goes, "Where are you going?" And I told him, I said, "That's Cher." And he goes, "That isn't Cher." I go, "I'm telling you, that is Cher." So I walked up, and she was going to this place, and it's not there anymore, but it was called Susie Cream Cheese. And she was with her sister Georgianne and her best friend Paulette. And she was trying on this satin 2-piece, long sleeves and long pants. She did not have a lick of makeup on, okay? And her hair was straight down. And I went up, and because she was in a dressing area and there was mirrors all around, and she had just come out trying on this thing. And so I asked her if I could get her autograph, and she said, sure. So I stood there, and we were exactly the same height, and her hair, she smelt so good. And I looked right at her. She did not have any makeup, and she was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you couldn't have got any closer. So I can tell you firsthand, she was absolutely beautiful. And when she started doing all of the face, I thought, oh God, please don't keep going with this. But yeah, I hope she doesn't do any more either. When she, like I said, I've been to many of her concerts, but I only went to one in Vegas when she was with Sonny. I've seen her in Vegas before, after that, I mean. But when she was with Sonny, when I saw her, and that's the time that I met her, that was back in 72. Because Tanya was a year old. And she was with Sonny still. And she was singing Half Breed, and this real Palomino came out, and she was on it. with that long headdress, and we were right in the front row, so I could see very well. The gowns that she would put on, oh my Lord. And she had one killer body. I mean, she could wear those clothes so beautifully. And just their banter between the two of them, oh, they were so funny. But she does put on a good show, I'll tell you that. She really does. You mean her teeth and mouth now, or when she was young, Lynn? Did I miss something? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Celine, but she has lost so much weight. Oh my Lord, she looks sick. I mean, she looks sick. Yeah, I love Cher's old look too, Robin. Come here. Oh, I used to love the roller rink and the ice rink. You had a troll last night, Susan? I was on there last night. You know what? Did you see me or was I on your replay? Okay, bye, Pat. Have a good day. Okay, it was the replay. Okay. Yeah, she looks real bad right now, Fern. I don't know what's going on, but she's terribly skinny. Terribly skinny. I don't have a link for these, Dana, for the boy and girl. I just scrolled through. So what I mean is I never got, there was no name to it or whatever. All I did is I just kept scrolling. And I put in vintage Easter prints for free in the Google toolbox, where it says Google and then you put it in. And then I just kept scrolling and scrolling and finally found them. So I don't have a link, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Oh, her mother was beautiful. Oh, yeah, and her mom was good friends with Lucille Ball. She was on one of her shows. Yeah, where they had the horse feed bags on their heads. Her mother is gorgeous, and so is her sister. I love Lucy too. No pun intended. She could always make you laugh. Oh, and you know what I like too is Golden Girls. I love B. Arthur. I love her sarcasm. When Betty White will say something and the way that she'll look at her and then she'll come back with something sarcastic. Oh my gosh, I crack up at that show. I always do. Even to this day, I still laugh. But then I get depressed because the only one left is Betty White, and she's in her 90s now. I just love the way that they bounce off each other with their personalities. But B. Arthur and what was the mom's name? Getty. Can't remember her first name. Love those two. And Betty White was always so sweet. But those were my two favorites. Yeah, MASH always made me sad. I don't know why, but it always made me sad, and especially the intro of it, the song, the music. I don't know why. It always made me sad. Sophia, yeah. Estelle Getty, that's right. Oh, I still do too. I always will turn them on. If I'm sad or something, I'll turn them on because I always end up laughing. Oh, thanks, Granny Josie. I'm glad you liked the conversation. I hope so. I like it too. What's nice is you can get on here and you can talk to so many people at once. You know what I mean? If you tried to talk to each individual, you know, individually, you'd never get it done. Betty White, yeah, she's so sweet. Such a sweet person. But then you get sad when you realize that, you know what I mean? Like I said, that there's only one left. Oh, I just hate it. Susan. I know, you can't craft when you're talking. Well, I hope so. I mean, I try to keep it that way, you know, that's what I want. I always want people to leave my channel feeling like, you know, they've either learned something or enjoyed or wanting to do something they've seen or on my lives, that they feel like they are important and welcomed, and that I'm excited to see them. Oh, I remember that too. All my children. I was hooked on those when I was young. Dark Shadows. I don't know if any of you remember this one. Do any of you remember Never Too Young? And I think it was only on, it was on either one or two seasons. But I remember the song, and it took place at the beach, and it was a soap opera. Yeah, not The Young and the Restless, although I did watch that. But the song was, "We're young but never too young to set this whole world spinning." And I remember that. And it showed them running down to the beach from their cars. Well, Robin, like I told you, you've got friends here. I know, I got to get to bed too. Well, first I have to take the dogs out. The time just goes so fast when we're talking. And now watch, someone's going to think I'm talking on my phone and get mad at me. I'll tell you what one I watched. My grandmother used to watch it. That tells you how old it is. Was General Hospital. And I watched it in the time with Luke and Laura. Remember when they got married? As the World Turns. Yep, I used to watch that too. I used to watch them all. And then one day it was weird. It was so weird the way it happened. All of a sudden, that was it. I didn't watch them anymore. I just didn't watch them anymore. It was the weirdest thing. And I mean, I could tell you every one that I watched and what was going on. And one day that was it, and I've never watched one since. Now I watch reality. Trying to think of the other one that was on. All My Children, Young and the Restless, General Hospital, As the World Turns. The Edge of Night. The Edge of Night. Do you remember The Edge of Night? That one, my grandmother used to watch too. That started, I think, in the 50s. And I don't remember, I think it was in the late 60s it ended. Days of Our Lives, that's the other one. Another World. Guiding Light. The Bold and the Beautiful. Oh, for corn's sake, I forgot of all of those. Peyton Place. Yes. Yes, that's where Ryan O'Neal first got his start, and Mia Farrow. I only watched Santa Barbara a couple times. Remember Falcon Crest and Dallas at night with JR? Oh my gosh, used to watch that all the time. I know, we are showing our age. Well, thank God we have each other, because I don't know how many more are left. That's the sad thing. Yeah. Man, those were the days, weren't they? Wow. The Love Boat. Remember that one? Oh my gosh. Remember The Odd Couple? Oh, I used to laugh at them. Their chemistry was really good too. Jack Klugman and Tony, why can't I remember his last name? Well, you know who I mean. Dynasty, yes. Yeah, man, those were the days, you guys. Randall, Tony Randall, yes. He used to make me laugh. Days of Our Lives. These are the days of our lives. Remember how they get real serious? And they had the, what was that thing? Egg timer. Remember? I know, me too, darling. That's what I was just singing, Susan. I was saying that song is so true now, unfortunately. I can really relate to it. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never. And you know what? Isn't it the truth? When we were young, we did think it would never end. I mean, time was of the, it wasn't like time was of the essence, you know? It was like time would go on forever. Like the sands of the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. I can't believe we're going right into. We sing and dance forever and a day. Oh, yeah. Change a diaper, cook, clean, watch a soap opera. 'Cause I'm a woman, WOMAN. Remember that? That one commercial? Oh, man. Liza Minnelli. Ryan's Hope. How could I forget Ryan's Hope? The one chick that was on, that played Saturday Night Fever, remember? She was on Ryan's Hope. The one that danced with Travolta. Cloth diapers, oh yes. Cleaned many a cloth diaper in the toilet. Oh yes, I did. Geez, you guys, you're bringing back so many memories to me. What time is it here for me? I gotta look at my clock. What time is it for me if anyone's in California? can't get to my... Yeah, I had two in diapers at the same time. Because my two oldest were 13 months apart. Okay, so if it's 2:35 Eastern, I'm 3 hours behind. So it's 11:30. Okay, thank you, Inga. 11:30. So you had twins, and then the next two were 13 months. Oh. Whew. Yep. Yes, Lynn. Yep, I remember it. That stinky old diaper pail. And I didn't have tidy-didy or anything like that. Thanks, Granny Josie. 11:33. I remember the first Pampers that came out. My son, my oldest one, they were awful. The tapes didn't stay taped. He would walk right out of them. They were awful. I didn't have any kind of baby stuff for my kids like they do nowadays. Oh my gosh, they have so many things. And then I remember you'd have to put your hand in between the diaper and their skin so you didn't poke them with the safety pin. You were lucky, Midia, that you got Pampers when your son was born. God, that was gross. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, putting your hand in that toilet and, oh, that was awful. Well, even when the Pampers did come out, we didn't have the money to really buy them, you know. We just didn't have it. I just had to repurposing the cloth diapers. I mean, I remember we were on such a low budget. My first Christmas tree, you guys, true story. There was a white Christmas tree sitting next to a dumpster in the apartment building where we lived. And it wouldn't stand up straight. It tipped over to its side like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And the white was no longer white, it was yellowed. That was my very first Christmas tree when I was on my own. I'll never forget it. And we had tile in the house where then when we moved into the duplex. And I can't remember where we were driving, but we saw a bunch of carpet next to another dumpster. And we picked up that carpet and brought it home, and I sewed it by hand and pieced it together to fit in our duplex so we would have carpet. Yeah, packing tape to fix the diapers, yep. Yep, and then I'd poke myself with the pen. That's right. Bye, Granny Josie. Have a good night, sweetie. Yep, I remember the spoolies. I hated them. Yeah, I couldn't afford the Pampers either. Remember the black ones that were all prickly? And then you'd have to put them in and they'd stick your scalp all night? Pick and Save. Yes, I do remember Pick and Save. Oh, yeah, Midia. That's the truth. I mean, you know, when I look back, oh, my gosh. Yeah, many years of collecting pin curls. Yes. Yep. Oh, you guys, you are something else. That's all I'm going to say. I am so glad that you come on when you see that I'm live. I like the way we always end our nights with just our memorabilia in our minds, and we always get our little craft in there in the beginning, but then we always end up just being a bunch of youngins again, talking about memories, and it's cool. I love it. Oh, bless your heart, Susan. Well, I'm glad. I do, you as well, all of you. Yeah, I remember my grandmother. I remember she'd brush my hair every night, 100 strokes. Oh, that used to feel so good. I love when I go, and I haven't gotten my hair cut in going on a year and a half. But when I do go and they wash your hair, it's always like, please don't stop. Just wash my hair for a little bit longer, because I'll almost fall asleep. Oh, I'm not. My scalp, I mean, you can dig that brush into my head. I love the lives too, Mary, and the laughs and the memories. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Oh no, you got nice hair, Susan. And you've got a pretty color too. If I could have that color, I mean, you're rocking that white hair, girl. I mean, I would do it, but you know what I mean? I just don't have it. Dana, your mom whacking you in the head with a brush. My hair's thinned out too, though. You know, menopause and all that wonderful stuff. You know, all the good things that come with getting older. Saggy skin, crepe skin, losing your hair, need new glasses, skin gets dry. You know, all the perks of getting old. Your husband used to brush your hair. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I don't find anything really great about it, Darlene, myself. Yeah, that's true, Medea. Um, I mean, I thank God I'm still alive, but yeah, I mean, 40s, that was my best decade, I would say. I have arthritis too. But anyway, well, guys, I guess we have to call it a night. Doggone it. Should we sing a Marie, Donnie Marie? May tomorrow. I can't sing it because my voice goes out. Be a perfect day. That's as far as I can go. Um, anyway, what I'm going to do is, well, I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I'll probably go watch these videos that people were telling me about. But tomorrow, after I get home from watching my granddaughter, I'll post this and then the candle holders. And then don't forget about Saturday. My time slot is 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for that live. Nice chatting with you too, Just Mommy. Come back. Good night, Robin. Good night, Darlene, Susan, Robin, Midia, Dana, Lynn. Who am I forgetting? Mary, I said that. I think the others went to bed. Joyce, if you're still here. Well, there's 22 watching, so whoever's watching, good night. And let me say, the world's a better place, a much better place, a fun place, a place that I like going because you're in it. Don't ever, ever let anybody tell you different. And if they do, they can talk to me. Take care, guys. Have a good